President Trump announcing tariffs. He says this on Truth Social. We have subsidized Denmark and all of the countries of the European Union for many years by not charging them tariffs. It is time for Denmark to give back. World peace is at stake, he says. China and Russia want Greenland, and there is not a thing that Denmark can do about it. Starting on February 1st, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the UK, the Netherlands, and Finland will be charged a 10% tariff on any and all goods sent to the United States.
And as soon as you started talking about Greenland, these tariffs, Rachel clicked on her heater.
Yeah.
Is that a coincidence?
Listen, the foreign leaders, these foreign leaders have responded to this very pointed,
Not
surprisingly.
And not happy.
And so here's what they've blasted out on this tariff threat. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said, our position on Greenland is very clear.
This is the place where you can trust, and you are not alone. I'm here waiting for you.
Carol, let me start with you on Greenland, these new threats by the president to impose these steep tariffs. I thought it was notable. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said, yes, the U.S. will remain a part of NATO. You have new reporting about President Trump eyeing more of the Arctic than he might be talking about publicly. What do you know?
Yeah, that's right. I also thought it was interesting that Secretary Bessent basically said there's no deal to be had to satisfy the president, that it's acquisition of Greenland or nothing, and that the Europeans will come around to that, and without saying why he thinks that. But yes, our reporting is that the president, while he's really focused on Greenland right now, privately, he's really intensified his focus on Canada. And he's complaining that Canada's northern border is vulnerable, and therefore that puts the U.S. as vulnerable. And he's not talking about buying Canada or taking Canada by force, but there are quiet discussions happening right now to try to get ahead of some big public blow-up of this and come to an agreement that would basically ease the president's concerns. And Kristen, this is just part of a broader strategy by the president to reassert and expand American power in the Western Hemisphere.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
It's a time where we're all worried. Lots of my family and friends in Greenland are sleepless at night.
We are not interested in being Americans.
We are worried and just want to be ourselves and live our life here.
And we want to keep it that way.
There was emergency meetings held in the European Union today with some of those officials trying to work out how to respond to Donald Trump's threats. There's a couple of options on the table. One is to freeze the trade deal struck with the US last year. The other is to deploy the so-called trade bazooka. That's the EU's anti-coercion instrument, which has never been done before. That is essentially a series of wide-ranging financial and trade measures that it can slap on the United States in retaliation. This, of course, comes after Donald Trump threatened to hit 8 European countries with sanctions of up to 25%, tariffs of up to 25% in the next couple of months if they don't get on board with his plan to take Greenland, which he says the US needs for national security. And that has prompted mass protests on the streets of many European countries.
I think he has lost his mind. I hope that there soon will be some more clever people in the States who will tell him, no, it's not going to work, this thing.
And you think he can, and think he can scare people. He can't scare Greenlanders. We're not scared.
This is a very, very delicate situation, as you can see, Tegan, and it could spiral into an all-out trade war if things don't improve in the coming days. There was...
All right, Shalom. I'm your brother Tassiat, coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Kakodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akyam across this world, who are spreading this knowledge in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening, and may the election be upon your households. God shalom. So, breaking news, of course, as y'all should know by now, Donald Trump, he's moving crazy. He's trying to take over Greenland, and he says it's necessary for protection, you know, because he thinks that China, Russia can take in Greenland and then, you know, basically have a base closer to America to attack America, you know. But Greenland, as far as I know, is not part of America. It's part of Europe. It's part of Denmark, actually, you know. So by Trump doing this, he's actually taking over another country which is part of Europe, and the European nations are not having that. You know, Nato, EU is not having that. Okay, with America also being part of the Nato, so this is like Satan divided against Satan. All right, and what will eventually happen? Okay, the 10 whores shall hate the whore and make her desolate, like the scripture says. So eventually Europe is gonna burn America with nuclear missiles, man. They're gonna shoot America also with nuclear missiles. And we always said, like, hey, something is gonna happen that America, you know, is gonna fuck it up or something, and that Europe is gonna now want to smoke America also, man. And this might be it, man. This might be playing, let's say, a big part of it, at least, you know. If it doesn't change the situation. Now you see that Trump trying to put on sanctions of imports, you know, 10% on import costs of the 8 countries that sent troops, military soldiers towards Greenland. Okay, so crazy things are happening, man. We're living in some prophetic times, and we could be soon out of here. We all know that first, before World War III really hits its climax, which is gonna be the nuclear destruction of America, okay, known as Babylon, and the nuclear destruction of the land of Israel. Okay, that's gonna be the climax. Before that happens, we know that the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, first has to be made mandatory. Okay, it's already out here, the chip, but it's not been made mandatory yet. As in that everybody has to take the chip, otherwise you cannot go along in society, otherwise they're gonna kill you. That first has to happen. But we know that it's a process for war to reach a climax, right? So that's what we see happening in front of our eyes, man. Like Revelation 13:16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. It doesn't matter who you are, okay? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that is the chip. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark. So nobody can buy or sell anything unless you have this chip, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, which is 666. Okay, now let's go to the book of Revelation 17, verse 16, straight to the point. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, who are the 10 horns? Okay, the EU, man. These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. Who is her? Who is the whore? That is America. America is that big whore that rides upon that scarlet-colored beast. Okay, America is acting the biggest whore out of them all. You know, that whole country is full of wickedness and sin and witchcraft, and you name it, man. So that country is the biggest whore, man. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, how are these horns gonna burn the whore? With fire, nuclear fire. Okay, ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. They keep on making these bombs, these missiles, for so-called protection, but really it's gonna be launched. All of the missiles are gonna be launched before the kingdom comes. You know, millions of warheads are gonna cause damage upon this planet, and mainly on the land soil of America, which is gonna be totally destroyed. You know, nobody's gonna live in America anymore, in the kingdom not even. Okay, you can read the book of Isaiah chapter 14 or Slakia chapter 13. You know, the last few verses about that. Okay, now Revelation 17:1, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. Okay, America is that great whore sitting upon many waters. Okay, what is the precept here again? Jeremiah 51:13. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. The Lord of hosts had sworn by himself, which the Lord of hosts, the Lord of hosts is, I believe, the Lord of armies, has sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. He had made the earth by his power. He had established the world by his wisdom, and had stretched out the heaven by his understanding. Okay, now going back, Revelation chapter 17, for y'all to understand that America is this whore also, man. Verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. Okay, after the philosophies, after the ways of America, that is what they are following. These kings, these other nations, you know. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Okay, philosophies, everybody trying to be like America, you know. That's what they're doing. Okay. It says, So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, okay, red, which is symbolically for Esau. They're because you know, basically Esau is being described as being red. Okay, Edom, Esau, Edom, the same person. Edom in the Hebrew is Adawam, which means red. Okay, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Okay, those 7 heads are the Greeks, the Romans, Germania Major, Germania Minor. You have the French, the Spanish, and the British. Okay, all Edomite, all Edomites that are basically ruling, you know. Okay, and 10 horns. Okay, which is the EEC or the EU, which consisted of 10 nations first. Okay. Because you had Portugal and Spain, which were actually one, and I believe, what was it? Britain and Ireland were one also. Okay, so it's really originally 10 European nations. Okay, now, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. You see, that's that whore. They're filthy, man. All the things that they push in their country, the way that you can get rich in that country, the way that you have to worship to Satan to get rich and things like that. That whole country is not of Yahweh Bashem Yashai, his will, man. Okay, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So they are not just a normal harlot; they are the mother of harlots. Okay, the biggest whore that is on the earth. That is that land in America, which is known as Babylon. Okay, so verse 16. Let me read 15. And he said unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay, Europe is going to hate America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Nuclear missiles coming towards America from Europe. And this whole situation in Greenland might might be the biggest reason why you see a shift happening in between NATO itself, man. Okay, Satan. Okay, the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, if I'm correct, in the book of Daniel, okay, of a kingdom, of a statue of the statue of the book of Daniel, Salakia, where the feet were part of iron, part of clay. That's because iron and clay don't mix. So in these last days, this kingdom, this rulership of Esau is not mixing, it's not sticking together. Okay, all these countries are fighting each other, man. So Matthew 12 and 26. Let me start at verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Okay, your kingdom cannot stand if you fight against yourself. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So how is this kingdom of Esau, this power structure of Esau gonna last if they are fighting with each other the whole time right now? You know, yeah, I'm the most powerful. Yeah, this, that, and the third. Oh, now Russia got this nuclear missile. Now America got that nuclear missile. Okay, they are fighting against each other, man, and it's beautiful to see because we know that the kingdom is coming. But before the kingdom comes, we need this to happen. We need this World War III to happen. Okay? So, hey, I just wanted to make a quick video concerning this. There's also an article here on Sky News. It says why Trump says the US needs Greenland and what the fallout could be. Okay? The US president is claiming he wants to annex Greenland for the sake of national security. But experts suggest he has ulterior motives. Okay, put on Monday, 19 January by Jake Levinson and Lauren Russell, news reporters. Okay, now, if you don't know, this is Greenland, and of course it's not that big, man. Like, Greenland is way smaller than it, but you know how they do with the world map, they change the actual size of continents and countries, so that so-called white people countries look way bigger than what they are actually are in reality, man. Okay. Anyway, this is the position of Greenland compared to United States. You see how close it is. So if Europe, Russia, etc. can, if Russia, China can put their troops there, you see that America is gonna be afraid of that. So Trump so-called uses that as an excuse, man. But we know that they are wicked from birth, man. We know that these people are wicked, have a wicked agenda. Okay, but we know that this must happen, things like this, because it's prophecy. It's already written in the Bible that it's gonna happen, man. Okay, Revelation 17 and 16. It's already written that the European nations are gonna bomb America. So we just wait and see how this plays out, man. Okay, but Lord willing is gonna speed up this process. So with that, I hope it was edifying, and I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Kakodash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiyam across this world, who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere brothers and sisters out there who are also listening. And may the election be upon your households. God shalom.